G'day guys, Glenn20 here. I'm doing a video response to wadeboshiverson's free giveaway. Anything free, I'm in it. That's what I say. That's my motto. But it's basically he got offered a professional soccer contract, which I think is just amazing. And yeah, for something that he doesn't, I hadn't heard too much. I knew he was playing soccer and a goalie and stuff, but I didn't realise how good you are. I feel a bit bad about that, but you know, that's just mind-blowingly awesome. Congratulations, even though you didn't accept it. In a way, that's even cooler. But yeah, so congratulations, Nick. I was going to share a quick story about a sporting moment I had. There are two that quickly pop into my mind. One, which I won't go through too much because it's not really a highlight story. It's my basketball in under 10s. To go very quick, there were 4 teams in our competition, and the top 4 made the finals. We lost every game during the regular season, so we made the finals, played the top seed. Long story short, with about 20 seconds on the clock, they had the ball. They were up by a point. I actually stole the ball down there into the court, and off I went for a fast break for an easy layup. I just remember all the parents screaming, and it was really loud, and you know, this is bigger than the upset of would have been the biggest upset since Denver and the Sonics, and in '94. But I actually did a layup, and there was no one within 4 metres of me. Easy layup. I remember turning around and seeing the ball rim out, and I think the siren went before it hit the ground, and we lost by a point. So it was devastating. But that was pretty much the end of my... I've played basketball through to under 14s. Always loved the game. My brother was a star basketball player. He got very high in senior men's. Played a couple of years of state ball, so he was a gun. But the story I'm going to quickly go through is a golf story. After I finished playing basketball, realised that I had a bit of ability in golf. Ended up joining a fairly reputable club here in South Australia, and was selected for their junior pennant side. And for those who don't know, pennant, well, it's basically the top 7 golfers from each club play against each other in match play. Through the season, I had a pretty successful season. I played at number 3 and number 2, and a couple of games at number 1. We ended up qualifying for the final, which was a thrill. I remember being so nervous on the day, and rocked up to the course and actually got told by our manager that I was playing number 1 for the team that day, which was just a huge honour. I remember being extremely nervous. I was also, the other thing which made it a bit of a mountain to get over, I was actually playing against the state captain at the time. So I knew I was up against a good player, and thought, you know, this is most likely not going to end too well, but you know, what can you do? You just got to do your best and have a go. I remember, as I said, being extremely nervous. I think I was shaking before the first shot. I remember 3-putting the first for a bogey. I remember hitting my next drive into the trees, pitching out, not getting up and down, and bogeying 2. So I was 2 over through 2 holes, and in match play format I was also 2 down. So it wasn't looking good, but in a way that probably helped me relax, and I thought, well, you know, what have I got to lose? I went do a hole by hole. I made a couple of birdies on the par 3s on the front 9, which was a bit of a thrill. One was a 4-iron, which I remember hitting into the wind. I just remember there being, it seemed like a huge gallery at the time. There was probably 20-25 people standing behind the green. I hit a 4-iron to about 3 foot, rolled that in for birdie to win the hole, and then I chipped in on another hole in front of a similar number of people to take the match back to square, and ended up turning at 9 at 1 up. And then with 2 holes to go, the match was all square. The last 2 holes are par 4s. I hit a 5-wood off the tee just for safety, just because I always knew I could hit my 5-wood. Put it straight up the middle, hit a 9-iron, and just, I think with the adrenaline going through your body, it went a bit further than I intended. Went to about 35, 40 feet, long way past the hole and above the hole too, so it was a downhill putt. And my dad, who always caddied for me in all the pennant games I played, I remember having a conversation with him on the green, and I said, "Oh, you know, what do you think?" And he said, I think there's, you know, about 2 cups of left to right." And I'm there sort of squatting down looking at it, and I go, "No, this is right to left. I don't think it's going to go left to right at all." And he sort of said, "Oh no, it looks like it's going to move here." And I said, "No, I think it's right to left." And I remember standing up and just saying, "Look, I'm you know, 40 feet away. I'm just going to lag it up there and we'll see what happens." Just the other guy had missed the green in 2 and chipped it up to about a foot, so he had his par. So anyway, stood over this 35, 40 foot putt, and I was that nervous. I just sort of hit it, and yeah, long story short, in she rolled for a birdie. So I was 1 up with 1 to play. We ended up squaring the last hole with pars, I think. But we ended up winning the junior pennant. This was in 1992. This was the very impressive award we got. A pewter mug, SAGA, South Australian Golf Association, pennant 1992, which you can see there. So it's really cool. But it was a great event. I mean, and the ironic thing is, out of all the, I mean, I've won plenty of golf tournaments and competitions, but I think the reason why this was so special is I performed so well. I ended up shooting a 73 for the day, so 2 over through 2. I ended up finishing 1 over for the round, so I really played well under a lot of pressure. We won, but I think the other best thing about it that made it so good was, and it's rare in golf, is that it was a team event. There was a team of 7 of us, and we won. It was good to contribute to that. And for many years after, whenever I saw that guy I beat, he always used to say, "I can't believe you hold that putt on 17." And I think he actually heard me, Dad and I, having that conversation of sort of not knowing which way it's going to go. But yeah, that was definitely my golfing highlight. Another quick thing, which I meant to show in another video, I always, with golf, I've got some pewter mugs, I've got some glasses, I've got pennants, everything except for cheap trophies, the plastic trophies. And one thing I was going to show off in the last video I did was this. Let me turn this off so we can actually see it. And unfortunately it's not mine. Jordan and Noel played baseball for their first season, and this is under 13 minors, SD of Southern Districts batting. Jordan Taylor, he actually had the best batting average of the juniors, so that was pretty impressive, and I'm very jealous that he got a trophy and it's so big. I think it's about number 10 for him, so he wasn't too fussed about it, but it was very impressive. So there you go. So once again, I'm very impressed, Nick, about your soccer exploits. I didn't realise how good you were. So I'd love to know more about it. Which club offered you it, the contract, and you know, what sort of money does a professional soccer player earn these days? So I know what the Guns earn in Europe, but what sort of money was the contract for? But all in all, congratulations. And as I said, it's something that they can't take away from you, and it's, you know, you've been offered something, and it's something you can tell your kids about. It's pretty impressive. Alright guys, well, I've almost hit the 10-minute mark, so I'll leave you to it, and hopefully I'll have some cards coming in soon that I can show off. Alright guys, see ya.